Hello everyone, and welcome back. Got the camper moved off the campsite for the weekend. It's time to head to the farmhouse. I'm multitasking. I've got my phone on as a hotspot and I'm uploading last week's farmhouse video while I drive up to the farmhouse. Today's forecasted high down here is 95 degrees. Tomorrow down here is supposed to be 96. They say some places are going to hit 100. It was just last weekend that we had 24 degrees in the morning. I just heard the forecast on the radio for today, tomorrow, and the following day. All days are going to be right around 90 degrees up here. Melissa's been giving me updates all week when she drives home from work. They're getting all this tar ground up here. And I think they're going to retar this all the way to the road that we turn on to go to the house. I got all my stuff unloaded out of my truck. The food in the freezer and the fridge, you know, from the camper put into the freezer and the fridge here in the garage. Took out the garden plants, watered them. We've got all these to plant, but if it's going to be 90 degrees the next 3 days, probably not the best time to plant any plants in the hay bale garden. I think what I'm going to do is load some gas cans into my truck because I don't have any gas in any of the cans for the tractor or the riding lawnmower. And I might end up on one of those this weekend. And then I think I'm just going to run down and have lunch with Melissa because I haven't seen her for a few days. And then get back up here and figure out what I'm going to do. You enjoying that sunshine, Ronnie? When I left the farmhouse, it said 85 degrees, I believe. And then when I was at the top of the hill before dropping into Duluth, it was at about 80. And then once I crossed over Lake Superior, here at 66. And right now, Melissa's gonna meet me over here and we're gonna have some lunch. Well, lunch is all done. Heading back towards the farmhouse. 68 degrees right here now. We'll see what it is when we get to the top of the hill out of Duluth. Yeah, you drive 10 miles makes a big difference when you're coming out of Duluth. There's a reason why they call it the air-conditioned city. 96 outside and 72 in here. With the cement floor and everything, it always stays nice and cool in here in the summertime. Alright, I need one of my fifth wheel hitches here if I'm going to try to move the fifth wheel. I'm not looking forward to it, but I'm not going to look any more forward to it next week, so. Might as well get it done now. Well, I'm glad that's all set up. I mean, I'll have to do the water and sewer and everything, but right now it's set up. The slides are out. I turned on the air conditioner to make sure that's still working this year. Yeah, then after that I'll probably end up opening the windows and letting it air out a little bit, but right now it's so hot and humid out, the air conditioner will feel good. Melissa got home from work, so I was in there talking to her for a little bit. I want to get this pressure washer going, and it's a little dirty on the front of the camper here. I just want to see how it works. Perfect day for it when it's this warm. Maybe I'll try it on Melissa's truck. They sprayed the road out there so that the dust stays down, but it's not oil, but it's still kind of greasy. So I think this might need soap and water. I'm not sure, but we'll hit it a little bit and see what happens. That looks much better. Ever since I brought it up from Louisiana, this front part here had that same stuff that gets on the house. It's kind of a, I don't know if it's a mold or a mildew or what. And the pressure washer takes off some of it, but not all of it. But running a cloth over it makes it look a lot better. The rest of the camper, at least the sides, don't have any of that on there. It's faded. It could probably use a wax job or something, or it just might be old. Looks like the back here could use it a little bit, but it's not going to happen today. It cooled down real nice in here. I'm going to shut off the air conditioner now, and I think tomorrow I'm just going to come in and open up all the windows and just let it air out all day long. Since it's supposed to be hot, hopefully there'll be a breeze like there was today. Everything needs a good vacuuming, and go over the countertops again and clean off the few dead flies that are in here. This is 10 times the camper that I have at the campground right now, but I wouldn't want to have to haul this around all the time. This plum tree And this one over here looks so healthy, and they had so many flowers. But I do not see any pears. But we had some warm weather and it flowered out, and then we had some really cold weather, and the bees have to be moving around to get them pollinated. A cherry tree here. Now this one doesn't need a pollinator, and it had a whole bunch of flowers. I can see where they were, but I cannot see if they're turning into cherries yet or not. I think I'll go inside for the night. It's about 8:45 right now. Okay everyone, it's 10:52. Melissa and I are going to bed. Tomorrow is supposed to be another hot day. Good morning everybody. It got down to, I think, 69 degrees last night, and what a difference from last week when it got down to 24.4. I want to get on the tractor this morning before it gets so hot, because it's supposed to get into the 90s again, and mow the side field. But one thing I like about living here is there's a million things that need to be done, and this morning it's like, okay, I know I would like to get that mowed, but what do I feel like doing? And then you walk outside, and I was going towards the tractor, and then I thought, you know what, I should go and take a look at this and just get an idea of what's in the electric box here to figure out how to get this sewer system working, so that I can put a, like I talked before, just a spot for a travel trailer to hook up to. So that kind of changed. I'm still going to get on the tractor here within a couple minutes. I just wanted to take a peek at this. I'll have something to think about when I'm driving the tractor, what I'm going to do with this. Well, I guess the first thing I should do is shut the power off to the cat trailer so there's no power running through that. Well, that's simple enough. It's just a plug-in. All I got to do is run a cord here. I had no way to get the bolts off there. They're all rusted and stuff, so I want to get this box off so I can look in there and then bring the tractor over later and bend this back up straight. Well, my guess is that the plug-in is the actual sump type pump, and this wire here is, there's an alarm thing that goes off if it gets too full. So I'm guessing that's what it is. So I should just be able to unplug this, plug it into the cord, and see if that pump works or not. Looks more like mud in there than anything. It looks pretty nasty in there. But this isn't the actual tank. This is where the overflow from the tank comes in, and then from here it's pumped up into the actual mound system. when I plug that in, I can hear it humming down there, but it's not moving. I'm sure, I mean, I don't even know when this thing was used last. I think the smartest thing I can do is get a company out here to pump this whole thing out, and then I'll probably install a new pump, which is going to be super simple, and we'll see what happens. But getting somebody out here to pump it out, they're also experts. They'll be able to look at this, and they will know more than I do. I fired up the grill. I still think I can get probably 10 minutes of mow time in before I have to put the stakes on. All right, this whole side field is done. And that's all I really wanted to mow today, that back one. You can let that go a few weeks before you have to mow it. Today for lunch we're doing ribeyes and regular ribeyes, and these are grass-fed ribeyes.
Those steaks look pretty good, actually.
Yep, they do. Regular steaks here, boring dry steaks here.
Grass-fed.
I came in here this morning and opened up all these windows. And of course there's no real breeze coming through, a little bit of one, but nothing like yesterday. This afternoon I've just been dealing with this sewer line that's going to come from the fifth wheel over to the house. I just made a list of stuff that I need. I think one or two of the pieces I might have to order online, but I want to come with a solid line from the trailer to right here. And then I'm going to cut this pipe, spin it around. I think I talked about that before, so the part that's on the left will be on the right. Then go with the solid pipe from there, going over here, which will stop right around here, and then do a flexible pipe from there to right there. This way, no matter where I park this trailer in the future, if I'm within 3 feet or 5 feet, the flexible going in between will adjust for that. This is the piece I made before that hooks into the solid line there, and that hooks in, and then from there this rubber piece connects it to that. I need to do something similar on the other end. 94 degrees out. I was texting with my dad. He said down where my mom and dad live, which is about 15 miles from the hobby farmhouse, it's 102. The all-time record there prior to today was 92 degrees on this day. And now I see these clouds are coming. I looked on the radar, and there's just a couple of little blips, so I went into the fifth wheel and closed up the top vents. I think I'm going to head into L&M and see what parts that they have that then I'll know which ones I have to order and which ones I don't. When it's this warm and humid out, I don't feel like getting into anything major, you know. I mean, you can just sit there and sweat as it is right now. Well, they didn't have everything I needed to complete the project. They didn't have those connectors that will hook up to the 4-inch pipe so that I can adapt into it with the flexible pipe. But I got everything else that I needed, and I'll just order that online. And it'll show up later this week. Well, you guys can kind of get the general idea. The pieces that I order will fit into here. There'll be one piece, and then another piece screws in here, and then I can hook this onto that. And it'll happen again over here, and then I just have to do some adjustment here so everything is going downhill. I've got about 1 inch and 6 feet drop on this one and 1 inch and 6 feet drop in this one. And this is pretty level, so I may want to raise this up just a little bit or that one down just a little bit. But I just don't want to have any. As long as this is here and it can't do, what the problem is when it can start doing this. So as long as it can't do that, it'll still all run downhill. That's about 6:30 right now. I think I'm gonna hop on the mower and get the front yard mowed. Chunky, what are you doing? I'm only here till 2 o'clock tomorrow, and Melissa could mow during the week, but at her work it's just been so busy that sometimes she doesn't get home until after 6 o'clock, so there's a chance that she won't get to it this week. I got the whole front yard mowed. I did the side yard here and got where the fifth wheel was sitting. I didn't go back out into that pasture at all. I decided to get up there and mow the mound system because it was getting pretty long. But then I looked at the time and it's about 20 minutes after 8. I still need to shower. I want to cut my hair tonight. So I think I'm going to hang up the mowing for today. Good morning, everybody. It got down to 55 or 56 degrees last night. We actually opened up the windows in the house. Had the big fans going and it cooled down real nice in there. Now this morning we shut up all the windows and turned on the air conditioner. I'm just getting a few things picked up. One thing that Melissa wants to do, if you guys remember, I don't know how long it's been since I did it, but I built those beehives. And she isn't going to buy a nuke this year. There's just too much going on to be able to spend the time for it, but she got this spray I talked about before that will attract bees, like a swarming hive or whatever. So we're going to set up one hive and she's going to spray it and we'll see what happens. I mean, if they end up being in there, good. If not, we didn't lose anything. I thought I would get this done right away this morning before the scorching heat comes back. It's supposed to get around 90 again today. Well, the beehive is in here. I'll have Melissa come out and I'll open it up and she can put her spray in there and we'll close it up and see what happens. Okay everyone, well thanks a lot for watching. I'm heading back down to the camper. I will see you guys on the next video.